Hey guys, welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I just went from inside the palace to just about to head onto the voidship bridge. There were a couple of skill checks that got us a little bit of experience, and then we helped some guy out and he gave us this item. Pretty nice, but I think we have better weapons at the moment. At least for the people who in our party who are using two-handed melee weapons. So just wasn't sure if there was going to be any important events or story things, but turns out there wasn't. So right now we're just about to head up to the voidship bridge and talk to, who was it? Talk to Vigdis? Yeah. So let's do that now.
Activating motive force reserves.
Okay. Got an achievement, apparently. I'll check to see that later, because it looks like one that I thought I already had, but could be wrong. Okay, welcome back, Lord Captain. During your absence, we assisted the ground forces by coordinating their movements from orbit. Detailed casualty and damage reports have been submitted for your perusal. It is with the deepest awe that I inform you that the timely intervention and the resilience of the world's defenders managed to break the back of the raid, which had threatened to turn into a protracted war. Dargonis suffered losses, but the Hive has sufficient capacity to restore the administrative networks and industries as expeditiously as possible. The world remains intact despite the insidious blow dealt by the Xenos. I've been given Scalander's reports that he failed to deliver in time. They indicate that Xenos activity dropped sharply after you departed for the Cinerus Maleficum. Considering the scale of the Dargonis raid, it is safe to assume the Drukhari used up all the forces at their disposal and may now require some time to replenish the losses. Without Achilles, we are blind to the scheming of these enemies of humanity, but our strategists are still hoping for a lull in attacks and raids, which will allow us to gather our strength for a new conflict. Lord Captain, permission to report. Your wise Lex mechanics have analysed the state of the Protectorate. They believe that thanks to your decisive actions, the acute phase of the crisis has passed. The domain of the Von Valancius dynasty is no longer facing dissolution and ruin. In honor of such a resounding triumph, Dargonis, as the capital world of your dynasty's domain, is currently making preparations for the Magnae Accessio, a grand ceremony of your public induction as the heir of the Honorable Theodora von Valancius. Okay, so this is the ceremony that I'm guessing we could have taken the choice to do immediately at the very start of actually getting to Dargonis with Drive Stem, but ended up not happening. I assume that if we did choose to do the ceremony straight away, there would be some kind of interruption, but maybe that's something we'll try in I'll try in a separate run just to check out for myself. But if you guys did the ceremony straight away, feel free to let me know how it affected the story in the comments. Governor Drivestem has vowed that not even the recent devastating and tragic events will be permitted to cast a shadow over this most glorious occasion. Why would I need some ceremony? It is an ancient tradition of the Von Valancius dynasty. When the heir accedes to rogue trader status, they take a sacred oath of fealty to the emperor and announce themselves as his steward on the dynasty's vassal worlds. It is an act of faith that is meant to remind the rogue trader of their mission. In the eyes of your subjects, you already are a rogue trader. It is now time to become one in the eyes of the emperor. I've only just returned from Dargonis. What kind of celebrations can they hope to hold amid the ruins? Do not underestimate Governor Drivestem's desire to find favor with your lordship. At this very moment, thousands of your subjects are clearing rubble, washing away bloodstains, sweeping the streets and transporting corpses to the lower sectors. The wardens have been tasked with clearing the ceremony venue of the injured and those who were burned out of their houses. They will be forcibly moved to the industrial levels. Rest assured, by the start of the festivities, the capital's wounds will be, if not healed, then well hidden under elaborate set dressing. What is this ceremony? I swear an oath, then I shake a lot of sweaty hands. The grill of the Vox built into Vigdis's face lets out a short rattle that indicates a chuckle. That much is certain, but that's not all there is to it. There will also be a reception as well as other noble guests. The distinguished rogue traders Caligos Winterscale and Incendia Corda will be in attendance. It will be a great honor for Dargonis to host 3 illustrious dynasties at once. Your servants wish to know your opinion on 2 matters related to the ceremony arrangements. The first of which is what festive activities are to take place in the capital on this glorious day. Must I decide how to entertain my subjects too? Did the rogue traders from other dynasties flock to Theodora's Magna Accessio as well? Let's ask this one. Archival records indicate that they did. Lady Theodora's Magna Accessio was attended by the esteemed Caligos Winterscale and Aspice Corda, Incendia's predecessor. It is an informal tradition. By witnessing the ceremony, the heads of the other dynasties confirm that they recognize the new rogue trader as their equal, that they are willing to respect the new rogue trader's privileges and not encroach upon their holdings, no more than usual at least. Okay, so we know Corda's been trying to butt in on our protectorate a bit, so maybe that'll sort of curb Corda's actions in continuing to do that, but I guess we'll see. Let the poor be fed and fuel cells handed out to those in need. My reign shall begin with an act of benevolence. Okay, sure. Your subjects will appreciate your generosity, Lord Captain. We are never short of people in need. The second matter on your servants' minds is which 2 of your closest companions will be given the honor of standing by your side during the ceremony. Does it matter? Absolutely. This symbolic gesture will accentuate your connection to certain classes or parties to which your companions belong. All eyes will be on you, and people will remember whom you choose as your closest allies. That is why there can be no more than 2, or it won't be a unique show of favor. I think we'll give it to Abelard. At least one of them anyway. The servants of House Von Valancius will see in this the continuity of the dynasty's glorious traditions. And who will be a second companion? The honor will go to... Let's give it to Cassia, I think. She's been quite helpful in navigating us around the Coronis Expanse, and she did choose to stick with us after the whole House Orcelio coup situation, so let's give it to Cassia. Great boon for Navigator House Orcelio. I will see to it that your instructions are delivered to Dargonis. The Master of Ceremonies at the Palace will report to you when the capital is ready to praise your name. Ooh, okay, we might get some information about Pascal and Abel. Pascal's voice pouring out of his Vox system crackles like thin ice under pressure. It is unclear whether this is nothing more than static or an expression of some emotion understandable only to the tech priest himself. Stooge, following the Omnisci's guidance, I request permission to execute the report protocol that entails describing suboptimalities within the recent operations of the ship's systems and subsequently proposing the appropriate course of action. Right, let's hear it. Initiating exposition. With the Omnisci's blessing, I conducted several sessions of tech meditation in an effort to transpose the available data streams into a matrix of patterns. The data subjected to this analysis comprised evidence of deviations in the operation of the ship systems and servitors, as well as irregularities in the algorithms of the ship's log. I have arrived at the following conclusion. This vessel's machine spirit is most extraordinary. A full cycle of sacred diagnostics must be performed, followed by a complementary ritual. The ritual will force the spirit responsible for these recent events to reveal itself. Once it does, we will be able to understand its nature and take action applicable to said nature. Okay, that sounds interesting. Not entirely sure what that actually means though. What kind of action? Applicable to the entity that appears before us. If it is a machine spirit of great might, we must appease it and humbly ask about the reasons behind the portents it has shown us. If it is the abomination of tech heresy, the complementary ritual will help us purge the ship of its unhallowed presence. Is my presence necessary? Response affirmative. For the complementary ritual to take place, activation via the blood of the dynasty is required. All of the ship's high protocols are activated with the key of blood. Let's get on with it then. You have my gratitude, Stooge. I will notify my tech comrades to begin their preparations for the complementary ritual at once. Despite the resounding hum of the tech priest's words of prayer, the bridge feels unusually quiet. All sound sinks into the viscous silence like pebbles sinking into water. Stooge, my tech comrades have spent the assigned number of cycles in prayer and vigil. Everything is prepared for the complementary ritual of cleansing. Its commencement will require an authorization key in the form of the blood of a Von Valancius. If you are ready, place a hand into the Cyber Gargoyle's receiving module. Where is the crew? All personnel whose function is below critical have been removed for the duration of sacred ritual. Okay, well, let's do it then. The familiar cold metal burns your palm. This time, however, the servitor's jaws, instead of brutally clamping down on your hand, merely squeeze it slightly. You feel a thin rivulet of hot blood beginning where the metal fangs have pierced your skin. Screeches and growls slowly rise from the bowels of the massive cogitator as if a great beast is stirring awake. The vid screens in front of you flicker restlessly. Key accepted. Activating purgation protocols. Suddenly the viscous silence of the bridge rushes toward you and wraps you in a tight cocoon. The glow of the vid screens dims, but the symbols on them flare to life. OS analyzing intrusion, lockout, prevention. Pascal, what is going on? The complementary ritual is proceeding as intended. Pascal's voice cuts off abruptly. He brings a hand to his Vox communicator in surprise. Okay. Execution stop. Quiet. Hello. Hello to you too. Nomos are glad to be speaking. Nomos are here. Nomos have long been here. Why are we here? What are you? Nomos. We are Nomos. Pascal uses his hands and mechadendrites to gesture at his silent vox system. Did you silence Pascal? Nomos wanted no disturbance, only quiet. Can you make it stop now? Pascal's voxcaster comes alive with an exclamation. Extraordinary. The tech priest pauses upon realizing that he can speak aloud again. Then he continues in a strangely quivering voice. Extraordinary transmission jamming. Unknown protocols. What has been revealed to me? Is it the omnicized glory or foul tech heresy? I would like to... But what is Nomos? No data available, no answer. We want to know too. Okay. Interesting that it's speaking in... well, speaking about itself in plural form. Is this... I wonder if it's something similar to what happened on Kiava Gamma where they were pouring souls into the corrupted cogitator. And if Nomos is just a collection of souls that have been poured into the void ship's cogitator, and that's what Nomos is. I guess at some point we'll find out in the future once we get to know the ship and Nomos a bit better, I suppose. I see no such name in the archives. It is not among the names of revered machine spirits, but neither is it among the known virus entities. The spirit is referring to our toils, to the complementary ritual and the rites that preceded. The spirit is troubled by them. Are you a machine spirit? Nomos do not know. Nomos do not know themselves. Okay? This spirit may not possess self-awareness yet, but its capabilities. I would like to start with a 100-cycle vigil at the cogitator and a rite of communion. Pascal looks back and forth between the glowing vid screen and you, embroiled in some internal conflict. Nomos welcome learning. The spirit is referring to our toils, to the complementary ritual and the rites that preceded it. The spirit is troubled by them. What do you want from us, Nomos? Are you friend or foe? The vid screens blink in thought, signifying a pause in the conversation. Then one of them displays, Nomos von Valancius, we are your blood. So is it every time the cogitator takes some blood from the rogue trader, does it all contribute to this Nomos entity? That's quite interesting. Nomos are a sentinel. We awoke when the strange light invaded the ship. We protected you when you needed help. We escorted you when you were surrounded by danger. Nomos are movement. We carry you through the frightening, the waiting, the measureless. We helped when our ailing heart was refusing to awaken. You asked for rescue. We did as you asked. The warp engine activation against all probability during our escape from the Rykad system. The Category 3 miracle manifested by the ship's machine spirit, and the part about protecting. Was it during the cultist attack? We did everything to please you. Why? The silence on the bridge grows especially deep, almost painful. The haze of light around you thickens to the point of becoming practically tangible. Numbers ripple across all the vid screens at once. Why do you fear us now? I do not fear you. I'm trying to understand you. Shivers run up your hand, which is still trapped inside the cyber gargoyle's jaws. The servitor nods its head a few times as if it is shaking your hand. Its teeth rake your already wounded flesh. Nomos are glad. Nomos enjoy understanding too. Stooge, entities such as this one ought to be addressed using the language of sacred rituals and offerings. Your unskillful meddling bodes ill. A decision is required of you. Either the complementary ritual is finished, or it is replaced by a rite of tech communion. In the first scenario, the entity Nomos will be banished and the sacred data halls where the entity dwelt will be reset. In the second scenario, we will appease the entity and learn more about it. No, Nomos do not want to be banished. Nomos want to help. Nomos want to understand. Let's start by clearing certain things up. Were you the one responsible for the ship's malfunctions? And what about the strange entries in the ship's log? Yes, Nomos did that. Are you angry? We only wanted to understand, to see how things work. Pascal, what is your take on this? Is this entity a benevolent machine spirit or a monster? Pascal says nothing for so long that you begin to suspect that Nomos has silenced him again. When at last the tech priest speaks, his vox-modulated voice trembles slightly. Understanding the essence of the entity Nomos is beyond my reach at present. The hypothesis spectrum ranges from the extreme of abominable intelligence to the extreme of the Great Spirit is the Omniscience Apostle. The rite of tech communion appears to be a reasonable solution. The rite will take many cycles, but it will allow me to come closer to identifying the entity and making contact with it. What else can you do? Nomos learn. Nomos try new things. Do you want to see? The cyber gargoyle slowly turns its head, dragging your hand along with it. The skull's eyes flash red. The scarlet gaze falls upon one of the monotonously chanting junior technomat. You blink, and an electric discharge erupts from inside the technomat's skull. The crimson-clad figure slumps to the floor. Does it please you? Do you want us to do it again? Stooge, you are provoking the machine spirit. Stop. Nomos enjoy communication. Stooge is our blood. Stop it. That's enough. Those are living people. How can you kill them like that, without rhyme or reason? We stop their functions. Do you not turn machines off sometimes? We do not know how to turn a human back on. Not yet, but after enough experiments we will. We are always learning new things. I've heard enough, Pascal. You are to investigate the nature of this entity until we know the truth. Nomos is allowed to exist on the ship. Nomos want to learn what we are too. We will add things to your log, things that might help us help you. The decision is made. I will begin my preparations for the communion rite at once. Many cycles of interaction with the entity Nomos await me, but I welcome this task and accept it from the Omniscire. Nomos are glad. Stooge, will you speak with us too? We want you to speak with us too. The Lord Captain's body lacks the sacred implants necessary for tech communing with machine spirit's code. But if such is your wish, Stooge can converse with you using lowly sound speech as he is doing right now. I will speak with you, Nomos. Nomos are glad. We have been lonely. Our work here is done, Stooge. I will let my tech comrades know that we are stopping the complementar ritual. Thank you for appearing before us, Entity Nomos. Okay, well that was quite interesting. Let's check what's going on here now. A grand ceremony is about to take place on Dargonus. Overseeing the preparations is the Master of Ceremonies who is waiting in the palace. The incident. Nomos does not remember how it came to be. Perhaps the past of the Von Valancius dynasty holds the key to understanding the mystery of how this strange entity appeared in the bowels of the rogue trader's ship. Talk to the officers, talk to Abelard, and talk to Idira. Okay, let's save it here. Since we are... I'm guessing this ceremony will end Act 2. Hang on a second. Let's check colony management. 21 people. Okay. Efficiency is 3. Complacency is up. 2. Okay. Yeah, let's go to contracts. Let's do inspection master to get the profit factor up. See how many people we lost. It doesn't seem like we lost anyone. Provisions. Okay. Provisions. I do want adamantine, but I don't want to lose 3 profit factor. Let's save it here for a sec. Well, save it here first and then check the merchants for a second. See if that opened up anything else for us. Yes, it did. We got the power axe. Okay, nice. Alright. Nothing here. Nothing here. That is very expensive. Hex rifle. Okay, peripheral visor. Each time the wearer spends 10 stacks of tactical advantage, they gain 1 combat result. Okay. Fellowship of the Void. And then Imperial Navy. Do we have anything to trade? Doesn't look like it. Do have a fair bit of cargo though, so... Well, we got a power axe. One-handed melee weapon. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so... I think what we'll do is... We got quite a bit of a chat just there with Victus and with Pascal. I think we'll wait to do the ceremony, and then we'll also wait till the very end to deal with this as well, to the very end of our exploration and right before we go to the ceremony. But I think now we'll go back to completing the exploration of the systems in the Cinerus Maleficum that we still haven't explored. So let's head out there to do that, and then we'll probably, I think at that point it's probably when we'll come back and talk to or try to solve this companion quest and then do the ceremony. So let's head out. Okay, yeah, so let's go to Telecos Epsilon. The Lord Captain retreats to his study to reflect on recent events, but his train of thought is interrupted by the muffled creak of the door and the sound of soft footsteps. Elentark, I finally found you in this dwelling. Yrliet comes closer and smoothly makes an unfamiliar gesture with her hands. This symbol has many meanings: humility, grief, loss, shame, regret. I hope you will accept them all, because I am sorry for what happened to your world, to your subjects, to your palace, and for what my kin did to them. Your kin? You've never referred to the Drukhari as such before. For a few seconds, Yrliet is silent. We come from the same source, Elentark. We share the same blood. Even though the Drukhari's blood is distorted and their souls empty, it is a fact that cannot simply be brushed aside. Why are you apologizing? It's not your fault. Yrliet shudders so slightly that you almost miss it. She opens her mouth, then turns away, searching for the right words. My words will not heal the wounds, nor bring back the fallen, and they will not restore your protectorate. However... Yrliet falls silent, and a deep piercing gaze seems to reach down into the very depths of your soul. Yrliet, look, Elentark. The gaze of a child of Assyrian can penetrate deeper than a monkey's, and I can see all the heaviness that has accumulated in your soul during our travels. I see it in your gestures, in the tilt of your head, in the change in your scent. If you will allow me, This is the first time you have heard Yrliet sound so indecisive and guilty. I will help you cast off this burden and cleanse your soul and mind of worry. The burdens of my responsibilities has indeed weighed heavily upon me of late. Yrliet nods in understanding. Together we can try to ease that burden. How exactly are you going to help me? It is difficult to describe Elantuck, but your soul shines bright and your mind is strong enough for you to be able to immerse yourself in your own mind and cleanse it of unnecessary cares. I'm still not sure that your species is capable of such a thing, but it is worth a try. If nothing comes out of it, then the only thing you will lose is a small fraction of your time. And I will be your guide on this journey. I will help you to enter the meditative state to get to know yourself. Of course, that is if you let me. Immersing yourself in your soul is a deeply intimate process, but you will not be able to do it without. Yrliet thoughtfully brushes a strand of red hair away from her face. And I promise you, Elantuck, that I will not judge you, your world, or anything that takes place inside it. We will see only what you want to see. Embers of genuine curiosity glimmer in her emerald gaze. To know a human soul is a unique opportunity for an Eldari, and Yrliet's uncharacteristic caution and uncertainty imply that she's also discomforted by her own keen interest. And you are a little curious to see what is inside my head, aren't you? Yrliet, looking offended, crosses her fingers in a new gesture. Meditation is not a tool for achieving lowly goals. It is a healing spring for the soul. Is this the same meditation you were using before to immerse yourself? An affirmative nod serves as a silent answer. Just admit it, there is nothing wrong with wanting to know a human soul. You are like a snake coiling around my body, twisting tighter with every word, Elantuck. It's hard to breathe when I am near you. Yrliet furrows her brow and crosses her arms. You are tired of fighting the raging waters of your life, and so I'm holding out my hand to you. The choice to grab it or to fight alone is yours to make. So make it. Delving into one's inner world, is it painful? No, Elantuck, there's no physical pain, but you will be able to see your inner pain if it is bleeding in your soul. Very well, Yrliet, show me my inner world. Yrliet nods slowly. She's clearly surprised by your compliance. Then we need to find a suitable place, somewhere quiet and serene. Let go of everything, Elantuck. Doubts, fears, emotions, cast off the weight of your... Good, now try to look inside your soul, look at it shining timidly and dive in. We did, Elantuck. So far your world resembles a real one, but soon you will learn to go deeper. Remember that everyone here is just a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and desires. Do not be afraid to look them in the eye. Okay. Why is Yrliet running so fast while I'm walking so slow? That's a bit odd. Okay. Fresh blood soaks into the priceless silk coverlet, forming an ugly stain under the corpse. Your corpse. All sentient beings are afraid of death. You have to accept the fear first before you can get rid of it. Accept your fears? Okay.
I have traveled far darker paths.
Was there anything in here? No, it doesn't look. Standing at the helm, peering into the darkness of the cosmos, you feel as lonely among the stars as I do among my own kin. Everything you now have was served to you on a silver platter, but do you deserve it? Okay.
Choose your own path.
Vigdis, Danrock, and Ravor. Heinrichs is over there. Dispel your loneliness. Okay. We got rid of one rogue trader and we'll get rid of him too. Everyone from the lower decks to senior officers hate him. I hear them Foxman transmissions. Mutiny is brewing. As long as I can still use his thrones, I don't care. Once betrayed, it is hard to put one's trust in others again, especially those closest and most loyal to us. Fair enough. Am I here to kill you, to betray you, to serve you, and my friend or foe? What do you think, Stooge? Okay. Let's see what Cassia... Oh, that was the Cassia message.
I wander
okay, never
through
mind.
the stars.
Have you already forgotten me, Stooge? Oh, don't ever forget me, not even for a moment. Because as soon as you turn away, I will plunge the shard of my sword into your throat. I don't know who this monkey is, but your memories of them are akin to slimy mud after the rain. Let's wash it away like spring water, shall we? Okay.
I need no far-seeing.
You are
to
doing
guide my
everything
future.
right. Don't worry, Shireen. I will happily take your place when you are gone. The burden of responsibility lies on your shoulders, Elantar, and your soul grows dull from weariness. Break the chains of exhaustion. Okay.
I follow my own path.
Anything else here? Doesn't look like it. In truth, you believe in nothing at all, Stooge. Not the God Emperor, the Archenemy, or even people. You barely believe in yourself. I pity you. I'm proud of you, Stooge. You have become a worthy successor and perhaps even the best Lord Captain. Let's save it here for a second.
I walk the path less traveled.
Bring on airs, Lord Captain. You are as distant from the common folk as rusty old footfall is from terror. Okay. Lord Captain, your decision will doom us all. Lowly pirates perish, risking nothing but their own skin, but what of you? You just got lucky, Monkey, but luck is the only thing you have. You are weak, so prepare to suffer. You are putting the lives of thousands of crew members and billions of Protectorate subjects in danger. Only the mad and the foolish never doubt their strength. The wise are full of doubt, but they know how to let go of them. Okay, accept and let go of your doubts. Trophy changes. Okay, lost epiphany. Deadly precision. Makeshift heavy xenomesh. Ergo boots. Provocator's helmet. Why lose these particular items? That's what I don't really get. Alright, well.
I wander through the stars.
Save it here.
The songs of my ancestors speak of stars long forgotten and worlds long gone. What a shame that you lack the capacity to understand even a single note.
You see yourself now, Elantar, just as radiant as others see you. Accept yourself, okay?
I follow my own path.
Oh. Okay. I'll save it here. Listen closely. Okay. Let's choose resist the temptation because Yrliet doesn't like being touched, so yeah. You and Yrliet stand together in complete silence for a while, tense and awkward at first, then soft and enveloping. You feel Yrliet sigh ever so slightly and you hear the sadness hidden in her voice, but she remains silent until the ghostly figures around you start to disappear. It is time to return, Elentuck. Your soul is not yet strong enough to endure prolonged immersion. Take a deep breath and... You awaken from your meditation with a sense of vigor and unusual calm, as if you have just taken a shower under a freezing waterfall, or delivered a speech in front of thousands of subjects and your heart swells from the crowd's adulation. Stewed, you are awake. Yrliet starts at her own words, realizing that this is the first time she has ever called you by your name. Your soul shines too radiantly for a human, despite all the litter that had accumulated in your soul. You can get rid of litter, but the light, try to preserve it, Stooge. It draws the eye like bright stars in the night sky. Of course, your world is not as beautiful and serene as mine, but I was glad to see it. Wow, I feel as if I have been reborn. This is the cleansing of your soul, Elentuck. I hope that now you understand the importance of keeping it free from unnecessary litter. Will you help me with meditation again? I do not know. Perhaps someday. She replies vaguely, will I be able to see your world? Yrliet just shakes her head. I do not think so, Elentuck. It is impossible to know everything in this world, no matter how much we would like to. And still, my heart sings, for I've helped you find peace, even if only for a short while. Until we meet again, Elentuck, may the stars guide us along the safe roads. Okay. The waters, okay, yes, it's basically the same thing. This is interesting the way she phrased it though. It sounds like she's leaving for a while. Let's go back to the voidship bridge. Okay, let's save it here. Let's have a chat with Yrliet. See what she has to say after that.
Elentuck?
Not much. Nothing. Tell me about your kin in your homeworld. For now, I think not. Maybe a bit later. Save it here, and I think this is a good place to end this episode. We've finished our reclaiming Dargonus, and we've had some interesting conversations and found out about Nomos. Yrliet helped us with meditation. I'm actually curious to see, have we lost some of those items? So I guess those items we actually did lose, so I don't know why exactly we lost that actual gear, but okay, this one, Void Heretic Trophies, so they don't seem to do anything, so I think we'll just chuck them into cargo, and I think they will help with, yeah, they'll help with improving the reputation of the that that whatchamacallit, that the Imperial Navy merchants. Let's split these for a second, and then let's add to cargo. Lots of splinter rifles. Okay. Let's see, Abelard. Makeshift heavy xeno mesh. So Abelard still has that, but it seemed like I lost it? Or was that when the echoes of all our companions disappeared? We lost the gear that the echoes had equipped while they were in that inner world section. I wonder if that's what it was. In any case, just before we actually do leave, let's have a look at the Imperial Navy. Can we now? Yes, we can. So now we can increase the reputation of Imperial Navy. Let's trade that in. Okay, we're still short by a little bit. That's a bit unfortunate, but I don't see that we can do anything else. There's no other cargoes that I can see for now, unless it's this. That's Xeno artifact. But alright, we got a little bit there, actually. Yeah, nothing that's actually helpful. But alright, well, oops, wrong button again. In that case, we'll end the episode here now, for real, and in the next episode we'll go over to Cinerus Maleficum and finish the 2 systems that we didn't get to explore, and then see how long that takes, and then we'll come back onto the voidship bridge and talk to everyone here about Nomos, and then I guess we'll go straight to the ceremony after that. So bit of stuff to look forward to, and it definitely feels like there's like 2 or 3 episodes left of Act 2, depending on how many battles and stuff we have to fight in the last 2 Cinerus Maleficum systems. But yeah, a lot to look forward to, and excited to get Act 2 wrapped up and participate in that ceremony, and then see what Act 3 will bring. Thanks a lot for joining me, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode. See you then.